Okay, I got to do another video. I think this is all starting to make sense. Entheos, get ready to have your level of discernment tested like no other time in your life. He's talking about a fake UFO invasion they're going to try to pull. We opened the portal at CERN, which is operating on April 8th, the Eclipse Day. They're operating that thing. He was letting us know, as he always does, and Tori knows too. We already know. It's planned. It's part of the thing. Enjoy the show. But you're going to need a level of discernment when you see this stuff in the sky. It ain't real. Have your level of discernment tested like never before. It makes perfect sense now. I get this download yesterday or day before. You need to tell people to buy high-powered, long-range laser pointers to point through fake UFOs in the sky because it's basically a projection, and this will prove it's a fraud. Okay, I'm going to do a video about that. Where the hell did that come from? My intuition. So I'm going to do the video. I see Tori talking about it this morning. Oh yeah. Under the guise of the eclipse, they're going to start Project Bluebeam. Oh my God, you got to be effing kidding me. Holy crap, man, you kidding me? I wish I did do the video yesterday, because then it would have been out first, and then she would have posted it the next day, and I could have go, hey, look, I really got this. Like the laser pointer thing. Now, keep in mind, she didn't say nothing about no laser pointer. Just FYI, that came from my whatever intuition. Do this. Like, we might be able to catch them and show the whole world how fake it is. Like, in epic proportions because of my thought of getting a laser pointer. This could this could propel me. Not that I need propelling on YouTube or anywhere else. But it's one of those things where, oh my God, this guy said to do it, everybody did it, and we caught him and we used it and we busted him. It's fake. It went right through this thing in the sky that was basically a fraud. It was a Project Bluebeam. So, anyways, I should have added this to the last video, but I kind of forgot. So that's why I'm doing it now. I already told you this, but just to recap. I had one of my dreams, again, when they put me at my apartment complex. That is their way of telling me, pay attention to what we just gave you. It is important. So I have one of these dreams a while back. I told you about it, I think, when I had the dream. I've told you about it numerous times throughout the probably last year or more, because I'm not sure when I had it. Was it a year? Was it a year and a half? Was it up to 2 years ago? I don't know. It's my dream book sitting over here, but I don't feel like thumbing through it because there is a lot of stuff in that book. But I take my family. We're in the apartment complex, and in the house or apartment I used to actually live in. And there's a lot of houses or apartments in that place. And I'm like, wow, Spirit actually put me in my old place. Okay. And my family now is there, and we live there in the dream. We're going on a little picnic to the park today. Nice weather, let's go. We drive over there, we take the four-wheelers, or at least one, with us, and we get to the park, we're having a little picnic. Oh, shoot, I forgot something at home. We need to go get that. I don't want to have to, trailers undone, all this. Let me just take the four-wheeler. We're not that far from home. I'm going to take the four-wheeler back to the house. So I take the four-wheeler back to the house or apartment. I get whatever it was I needed. And I'm coming back out. I think I may have even sat down on the four-wheeler, getting ready to start it. And I just can't help but see this out of my peripheral vision, this huge thing coming towards Earth. Right in the freaking broad daylight sky, this gigantic planetary looking thing. Which again, I think I'm telling you now, it's the eclipse coming up on April 8th. Because there was a section of that dream which I saw it coming. Okay, this thing comes into view, stops, like I thought it was going to hit the planet. It was huge. Stops, and it never rotated. It just came in like a sphere, and then all of a sudden it rotates like this. Stops, and then boom! It's gone, and just a giant EMP, electromagnetic pulse, flies out of this thing. When it came into view, and even before it started turning, it blocked sunlight. and the streetlights came on. That was the one thing I go, why did that happen? That's weird. I never could put my finger on that in the dream. Like, what? Okay, the sun can still be out, and that planet could become, or whatever that thing was, I thought it was a planet, could still come. Why would it block out the sun? Doesn't make sense. So therefore, why did the streetlights come on? Well, because it got dark during the day. Now, again, holy shit, April 8th. Go back to your old dream. You saw a solar eclipse, not a big planet. Oh my gosh. Okay, got it. It then spins. Didn't make noise, but I make the noise for fun. And then boom, shockwave of EMP. Lights go out. Da, 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 da. Download from Spirit. Don't you dare use that generator for pleasure, running your air conditioning, and just living life. You better conserve. And it was like a stern, hey, don't you dare use that generator for, again, running your house like you run it daily. No, you need to conserve and use just what you need to use. Keep your refrigerator and freezer, keep that thing going. So the other thing that came in right as that thing went, I told you this, ET is behind this EMP. It's ET that did this. Now that we saw Tori's post today, under the guise of the eclipse, they're going to start Project Bluebeam, and Project Bluebeam has always been a 3D projected in the sky, looks real but it's not, UFO. And not only that, Project Bluebeam itself, essentially what's been told to us, it's not just, oh, you see it in the sky, it's an attack on people and this stuff's going to get attacked and this power grid, that's what it was, but it's basically a fake alien invasion. So someone's doing stuff and they're telling you it's the ET's doing it, but it's not, it's them doing it. Which is why I just told you in my previous video, get you a laser pointer. High-powered, long-range. They have them on Amazon. Amazon. Go buy some. And I saw one that could go 10,000 feet. Oh, that's 2 miles in the sky. That's pretty good. Let's, start there. And maybe if they have one that goes farther, get that one. The farther, the better. But again, don't forget, you're not supposed to point laser pointers at aircraft flying in the sky. But as a UFO, technically an aircraft, they don't fly. They don't fly. They defy gravity and everything about it. Atmosphere, air, flying stuff doesn't affect them. So, who's going to come down and are the feds going to come after you? Hey, you pointed the laser at one of our vehicles. Yeah, we can't really say that. Yeah, I guess we can't do anything to these people. Just be absolutely certain you're not shining it at a plane, helicopter, etc. Okay? If you're going to do this. So, I get this. ET did it. How about Project Bluebeam? ET did this. Not real ET. That information was in the dream. So we have ET did this, something blocking, a planetary thing blocking out the sun for a short period. EMP comes out, lights go out, ET did this. Tori's post today, I think, just sealed the deal. It gave me the last piece of information I needed to put all this shit together that I've gotten over the years, at least in relation to this. So, that dream, again, Joe, pay attention. We're putting you not only at your old apartment complex, we're putting you in the apartment you lived in. How do you like that? Oh. You must have something really, 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 really important to tell me. Yeah, we do. Keep in mind, the dream started off at the apartment complex. We're going to go to a picnic. I got to go back and get something. Four-wheeler. Okay. Then the event happens while I'm coming out of the apartment. My old apartment that I lived in with my family. My mom and dad and my sister. Oh my God, what's that? Holy shit, it's going to hit us. It's going to hit the earth. No, it stopped. Oh, it stopped. Okay. Lights went out. Oh, it's blocking the sun. Boom, EMP. ET did this. Lights go out. Don't you dare use that generator for pleasure. Use it only for what you need. Okay, I got to get back to my family. So I decide I'm going down the sidewalk. I'm not going to even try to go on the road. I don't want to get stopped by a cop because I don't need that bullshit right now. This is too important, and I don't need to be dealing with that. So let me just go down the sidewalk, maybe, stay out of view. And there's a lot of traffic on that sidewalk. I told you this before. Foot traffic, bicycles, little scooters, all kinds of traffic's on this sidewalk. And I'm waiting to see, what the car scenario's like on the streets. And I'm not seeing any effing cars. Not one car. I don't remember seeing one car going by. And I remembered that going, that's kind of strange. There's a lot of people here, not cars, but people walking, bicycles, scooters, things, like a lot of traffic for the sidewalk. No traffic in the streets. Strange. And then I was like, I got to go get my family and bring them back. And I'll put them all in this four-wheeler, or I'll put half of them on here. I'll bring them home, and then I'll go get the other half because it wasn't that far. It was just a few miles away. And that was my thought. I think at that point, that's when I woke up. I don't recall actually, and maybe I did, but I'll have to go look at my dream book. I just remember going to that point, and I think that's kind of where it stopped. Now, as I'm saying this to you, oh, Joe, tell him about that one dream. More recent. Don't you remember that one? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do remember that one. And for God's sakes, it takes place at my apartment complex too. Leaving the parking lot of where the same apartment I'm telling you I lived in this dream, and in real life I did. This other dream that I just remembered was more recent. Oh yeah, I left that apartment too. So Spirit put me back there. And I'm with my daughter Emily. She's going to school. And I'm also going to school, even though I'm an adult. It's like this is now. She's her age now, and you're your age now. That's when this takes place. But you're back at your apartment complex. She's going to be dropped off at the bus stop at this one road in the complex, which is about halfway to where I'm going to be going out the back of the complex. So I'm just walking with her to basically the bus stop, and I see you later, honey. I'm out. She stays there. I continue walking down the street to the very corner edge of the apartment complex, which there was a fence and it had an opening. I don't even think there was a gate. It was always open. You could just walk. It looked like it could have a gate, but there was never a gate installed, so you could just walk through the thing. And there was a small little park right there that we used to play at when we were younger. And my friend Sean lived right over there too, right at that last house, that apartment. So I'm going by Sean's house or apartment, and I remember, again, I'm going off memory now. I wrote this down. It was like, I knew as I was dropping Emily off, like, oh, there's going to be 3 missile strikes or something like that. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is hitting me right now. 3 missile strikes. I know they're going to happen. Fucking NASA is sending up 3 missiles. Fucking NASA is setting off 3 missiles, sending them up on Eclipse Day. We're going to just touch the atmosphere behind the shadows of the... Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you are. In the dream, I knew 3 missiles. And for some reason, like, this is Israel. Israel's doing this. Whatever this is, Israel's doing this. I got this information. 3 missiles, they're going to strike somewhere. Who the hell knows where? I just got this information, and Israel's behind it. That's what I heard in the dream. So I drop my daughter off at the bus stop, and I'm walking. See you later. I start walking to the back of the complex. I think I just got outside that gate, and I think I hear a sound or something, and visually I see something. I kind of look off to the right, and the ground, like just above the ground, is like this ring forming. And it was kind of expanding a little bit, I think, but like it was like an energetic ring, and I just got this like run. That's a strike zone. One of those missiles is going to hit there. But I could like physically see this like energy ring. It was weird before the whatever hit. So I start running, and there was this little building out there. And in real life, by the way, there was no building back there, but there was in the dream. And I take cover, and right as I take cover, it hits and it blasts, but it's not like a missile blowing up kind of a blast. It was different. It did have a blast effect, but it was an energetic blast effect. And I just knew it. This is an EMP. And another one hit where my daughter was. And I'm like, so after it hit, I started running away further towards the school I was heading to, which is actually a real school that I went to in that exact direction in the dream. And so I get a little bit and I go, no, go, you got to go check on your daughter, man. But as I was going that way, I went through a next field across the street and I could hear kids like going to school. And I just remember going, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see what they look like. As if they got damaged by whatever just happened. I don't want to see what they look like because it's not going to be pretty. So I remember that. And then I go, you got to go back and check on your daughter. So I turn around, start running back. And I do remember seeing when it blasted it. She took cover in a car. And then the car flipped when the blast hit. And I went and checked on her, but she was okay. Because again, it wasn't like a normal blast. It was an EMP blast, but it still had force. So it knocked the car over that she jumped in. And then so I go and get her. She's fine. Okay, let's go back to get one of my cars, and I'll drive you. You're coming to school with me today, as a matter of fact. And so I go back to the parking lot, and I'm going, where the hell's, your mom has a car, you guys have a car. Where are our cars? Where the hell are our cars at? And then I'm going, oh, there's that one old one. And remember the other day I was telling you guys about my dad's white Cutlass Supreme. It was like a 1978, I think, if I recall. And, they don't really have much, if any technology really on them that could get fried, for the most part in an EMP. And I remember, and again, I'd have to go check the book. I don't think it was the Cutlass, although it could have been. But it was an older, like a Buick even, of an old era. And I remember going in and going, oh, wow. It was almost as if someone had stolen the car. The ignition was busted. But it was an old, jalopy, very old car. Like, not modern by any means. Yet, whoom, it started up. And I remember thinking, like, oh, like, damn, the car started, like, surprised. EMP didn't affect this car, I guess, right? So we get in the car, and we still head back the back way that I was initially going to walk, but I take the roads. And as we start to get about halfway to the school, and the school was not far from my apartment complex. To be honest, it was probably 2 miles, like in real life. I'm just thinking, probably about 2 miles. And I'd ride my bike or even walk to school at times, in real life. So anyways, back to the dream. We're driving, me and her, get to this one stop sign, make a left, and then that left is pretty much the 2 mile-ish kind of thing. And then you get to a stop sign, and then there's the school in the left corner, just right there. And so we're halfway down that street, and I start to see lines of people in a single file line, I should say. And they're of all ages, adults, young kids, not so young kids, but kids, teenagers, the whole spectrum of young to old. They're all going to this school. The school that I'm going to today, that I was supposed to go to. So I remember saying to somebody like, hey, I'm not cutting in front of you guys. Yeah, I was like, I'm not cutting in front of you guys. We're going to park up here, and get out. So I park at the school, but I'm like, well, Emily, we can't just cut in front of everybody. We got to walk back behind the line now. Let's get in line. So we get back and we go to get in line, and I'm looking at everything, and I'm going, I don't like this at all. Let's get out of here. Let's go back home. You're coming home. And she was like, oh, I got a headache or I had something. And I go, well, I'll get you some aspirin on the way home or something. Or maybe we'll stop at the nurse station up here at the school and ask if they've got something. So we went into the school. No one's at the nurse station, I think. And I'm going, well, the hell with this. I don't like what's happening. Let's just get out of here and go home. I'll get something on the way home for you, for your headache. And okay. So then I think we get to the car and then boom, I wake up. And then I said then to you guys when I had that dream, I'm pretty sure I'm watching what would normally happen. A school becomes a safe zone in a catastrophe. They'll open schools up to the general public around there during an emergency like a hurricane or a major tornado wiped out a town or an area. Hey, come to the school. We've got food. We've got not exactly places for you to sleep, but we've got places if you bring your sheets and things. You could all line up in the gym and classrooms. You know what I mean? Like it becomes a safe zone for people to go to. That's what I was witnessing. Where is this going to happen? I don't think it's going to be all over the U.S., to be honest. But I do think it will be in multiple places in the U.S. and quite possibly and probably. Remember the old 17 cities, same event, 17 cities thing going around a while back? This could be that. And you don't want to be in any of those cities when something like this goes down because, again, is it going to become lawless really quickly? Shit, you might even argue, Joe, these cities are already becoming lawless with these effing George Soros DAs in charge. Let them go, no bond, don't worry about it, let them out. Guy comes out and kills someone the next day. Arrested 21 times, let him out, killed somebody. That's already happening. What the hell do you suppose would happen in a scenario like this? But do we really know every single city it's going to be? No. Anywhere there's a major Democrat city, I personally would be checking off the box going, yeah, it probably happened there. And by the way, Tampa, Florida, you could say is a Democrat-run city. Jane Castor, mayor, had to go to the LGBTQ parade the other day and show her support. And the county, not the city, but the same area county, I think there's only 2 Republicans and like the rest are Democrats. Complete lockdowns. They were for everything bad. Democrats. So, I mean, Tampa could be a target. Miami could be a target. There's so many places that could be a target. But you want to talk about super Democrat? Yeah, Dade, Dade County, Miami County, whatever. Miami-Dade. That's major. So, not so sure Tampa would be one, but it could. And again, 3 missiles, 3 things. Oh my God, they're sending up 3 missiles from NASA. You had 3 missiles coming in that dream, but they were EMPs. So again, I say to you guys, like I did the other day, what are those missiles really going to be doing? Are they really going to go check the atmosphere in a shadow of the... I said this days ago. But now I'm going, oh, dude, your other dream. That was more recent than the other one. 3 missile thing. Oh my God. You got to be kidding me. J Snip 4, the people's people. Take care.